Let's go ahead. Let's jump in to the games as we look at week number 13. Not a lot of 25 on 25 action
No, definitely not.
this week, so we're going to do something a little bit more fun at the end. But we have
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, two games in the top 25. Number 22, number 22, easy for me.
Easy for you to say, yeah. Way to
Missouri backs back into the top 25 at 7-3. They travel to number 8, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
They are 8-2, a 7.5 point home favorite. 42.5 is your over under on this one. Saturday at noon on ABC.
Well, the computer doesn't like Oklahoma. I did not want to play that sound bit at all. Look, Missouri, I know, Missouri, that this is a schedule and you have no choice. But Missouri, stop doing this to yourself. Stop showing up on my predictions. Stop showing up in the top 25 just in time to run into a team that is just red hot at the moment. Now, is this poised to be a letdown game? Sure, I suppose. And if it was, ironically, if it was someone a little less expected than Missouri, I might buy it. I think Missouri's a good enough squad, and Oklahoma's excited to be where they are enough that they're not going to let that happen. Give me the Sooners to roll. I think 7.5 is a good number. I don't know that I would actually touch it with my own money, but I'm going to take Oklahoma to push over that and win this by upwards of 10. And in doing so, at 42.5, I like this game to go over. I think it's going to be lower scoring than people think because I think Oklahoma's defense has been playing a lot better than people realize. But yeah, give me Oklahoma by more than 7.5 and the over.
Yeah, look, you come off the big win against Alabama last week. That certainly, I think, coming out of the gate, Oklahoma may struggle. But bottom line is they are the better team, and Mateer looks back. He looks to be at full strength. That team's starting to click again. They may not be a 2-loss team if Mateer doesn't get hurt. He came back. The Texas win over Oklahoma, which is keeping them even mildly alive in the college football playoff hunt, is solely because of the injury to Mateer.
Right.
But he looks back. He looks healthy. He's fine. I do think they end up covering this 7.5. Missouri might give him a little scare early, but it's in Norman. I don't think we're going to see any tricky stuff here. Oklahoma, and I will take a slight over as well because I do think their offense is rolling. Missouri still without their actual starting quarterback too, which will keep them off the scoreboard a bit. Devin has Oklahoma and the under. So yeah, I think that 42.5 line is a pretty solid one. I would probably avoid that if you do gamble college football, or check back on it later in the week. Of course, we are here on a Tuesday.
Right. That could move.
And your only other top 25 head-to-head this week is number 15 USC. They are 8-2, just like Michigan. They kind of have their fate in front of them.
Sure do.
As well. One of their 2 losses, of course, out of conference, so it didn't hurt them in that aspect. They travel to number 7 Oregon, who's trying to prove that they can meet the challenge in a big game. They are 9-1, a 10.5 point home favorite. You're over under 59.5, 3:30 Eastern time on CBS.
Well, I think USC is a team that all year has just kind of crept under the radar. They're a team that has shown a lot of explosiveness on offense, has shown a defense that's not afraid to flex its muscle when it needs to, and has won some close games and won some blowouts. And I think that, you know, is this a team with enough talent to catch a surprised Oregon and upset them on the road? Yeah, I think they're good enough. Do I think Oregon's going to be unprepared or not ready? I do not. I think that Oregon's going to come ready to play. Oregon's going to come out firing too. I do think 10.5 is a lot, and I feel like a USC team that's trying to get into that top 12 and trying to make a push is going to bring everything they have into this game. So I like USC to cover that 10.5. But even at 59.5, the one thing I can tell you is points will be scored. I'm going to take the over. I'm going to take 60 or more points, and it should be one heck of an aerial show. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I think the over is the smarter play. The 10.5 is a wild number, and yeah, kind of like you. If I am if I'm USC, I'm taking that as disrespect. I like Dan Lanning. I like what he's done and is doing at Oregon. But a little bit of the indictment of them is kind of what Oregon has always been. When they get into these big game situations, they don't rise to that challenge. And I'm not saying they won't rise to the challenge. I think they do win this football game, but I think USC makes it a lot closer than people are anticipating. I think Oregon might need a fourth quarter comeback in this game
I can see that
to win. So I have USC covering the 10.5. I think if you want to get in on this number, and it may already be moving.
I was going to say at 10.5. If you're a gambler and you like the USC side, I would bet
get
early.
on it. I would hop over there
by this weekend. That's going to be a much smaller number.
Yeah, I think it'll shrink, but I would take USC on that, and I will take the over. A lot of points.
Especially with us pushing it. A lot of people in Vegas listen to us.
Absolutely. Devin has Oregon and the over as well. So, again, that wraps up the head-to-head top 25 stuff. A lot of stinkers out there this weekend, including these ones we're about to talk about. Obviously, the games will get much bigger the following weekend.
Maybe we need the break. Maybe we need a little
So, I decided there's 3 top 10 teams who are playing FBS opponents and have huge spreads. Texas A&M plays Samford, and Alabama plays Eastern Illinois. Those don't even get lines because they're not FBS teams. So we can't cover those. But we have 3. And it's real quick, with not a lot of analysis to it, but will blank covered the spread. So number 1, Ohio State, they are at home versus Rutgers. They are a 31.5 point favorite. Does Ohio State cover 31.5?
Yes.
Okay. I disagree. I don't think Ohio State covers 31.5 because Ohio State does not care about this game against Rutgers. They're going to do their work in the first half. They're going to get off the field, and all of their thought, all of their mind, all of their care is going to be on the game the following weekend. So Rutgers will make a couple.
I'm looking for their second tier guys to finish this off and hold.
I think it's second
just
half,
win anyway.
Second string at least. This is going to be a lot of light work for Ohio State, which is why it will stay within the 31.5. All right,
that's not even the biggest spread we've got coming.
It is not. That is actually the smallest of the 3 spreads that we have. We now move to the biggest one. Number 4, Georgia. They are at home versus Charlotte.
Man,
they are a 44.5 point favorite.
That's insane
against Charlotte. Sean, does Georgia cover the spread?
Oh, man. After some of the shenanigans that have gone on in the SEC lately and a chance to flex your muscle against a weak team, I don't care if they play their third, fourth. They put their punter and a quarterback. They will cover 44.5.
I'm looking to see, have they –
This is a fun – you pay the inflatable doll to just – you rent it so you can just beat the crap out of it for a day. That's what this team coming in is.
Week 1, Georgia played Marshall. They won 45-7. Week 2, they played Austin P. They won 26-6. So they have not won a game by 45 or more.
They got close again in that moment.
They got close. I think they're a much better team than early in the season. I think
I think Charlotte is worse than those 2 teams.
They just beat Texas by 25. They absolutely beat Charlotte by 45.
45, absolutely.
I
don't care if it's their third string; they'll still beat them by 45.
Yeah, it does not matter. The limit does not exist. And last one, Senior Day in South Bend. Unfortunately, in this one, former Notre Dame quarterback Steve Angeli will not be on the field. for the Orange, of course, suffering that Achilles injury or ACL injury. I apologize, earlier in the season. I believe he'll probably make the trip to South Bend.
I would
of course, a Orange Bowl hero, at least in that late second quarter drive for the Irish last year when we needed him big time. Notre Dame hosting Syracuse, number 9 in the country, a 35.5 point favorite. Sean, does Notre Dame cover the 35.5?
No.
Ooh, okay.
This is the only one that I don't think does, and I think it's just because it's not one of those rivalries everybody talks about with Notre Dame, but it's a school that's played us enough times. It's another school that's had moments of glory, and nothing would make them happier than to. They want to come in and upset us, and I don't think there's any risk of that. But much like your Ohio State prediction, I think Notre Dame will sit some of those guys, let them kind of have a victory lap, and in that moment, Syracuse could still push, and they're a pretty competitive football team. They haven't won a bunch of games, but they've hung in there against a lot of good teams. So I think that's the one cover that I saw. And unfortunately,
Notre Dame has
Irish,
only won by more than this margin twice this year. The 56-13 win at Arkansas and the 49-10 win over Navy.
I think this is one where you're going to start to enjoy the moment. And you're going to take your foot off the throttle a little bit, and I just see this one being a tough one to cover for them.
Yeah, I just want to pull up the weather. This one, I believe
that could also affect things.
A 3:30 game Saturday in South Bend. Actually, for Senior Day, a warm 51, and
wow.
Chance of showers in South Bend on a November Saturday. So
Jeremiah Love north of 250 yards.
Enjoy that one.
Give him the rock.
I think it'll be close, but I think it stays just under. I think it's going to be in that like 30 to 32 range. Right. When all is said and done, I think Notre Dame will almost cover the spread.
I think it'd be very realistic where we score enough points, like we score over 35, like somewhere near 40-ish points. But like in the fourth quarter, we give up like 14 or 10 extra points.
Yeah, a couple backdoor points.
Just keep it on. Yeah, I think that's very possible.
I agree. Yeah, but Senior Day in South Bend, the marshmallows will be out from the student section. It's become a tradition there. So it'll be hopefully be a fun, easy, calm Saturday for us. That would be nice. Should be calm the rest of the way in the regular season. That is. With games against Syracuse and Stanford left on the calendar, but we will talk about some of those other games. Probably not that one. Surprise, next week on the show. But that is where we will wrap up the college football slate for this week. And thank you for bearing with us as we had to power through the chaos of the late submission ESPN rankings this week.